So this is a quick guide to using Blackboard Collaborate Ultra within a module. So I'm going to cut right to the chase with this video and just go straight for getting a default course room set up, get yourself in, present a presentation and use the video and audio functions. So I'm not covering everything, I'm leaving some things out, or quite a lot of things out. I'm just going for the basics of getting you set up, getting you logged in, getting students accessing, and using the primary tool to actually present some content. So the first thing we want to do is we want to look at adding Blackboard Collaborate Ultra to a module side menu so that it's actually set up in your module and you can get students in using the tool. So here we are in a module. This is my networking module. I'm just going to create the side menu item for Collaborate. So it's simply go to the side menu, the plus symbol at the top, and choose Tool Link. In the Tool Link panel that appears, select Type and choose Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. Then simply type the name that you want to use for the link. I've been using Online Classroom. And simply click available to users if you want the students to immediately be able to access it, and then click on submit and it will appear in your menu. You can move it around, move it up to the middle there so that it's very obvious, and then click on the online classroom, and that will then lead on to the next part, which is setting up the course room in the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. So setting up the course room, the default course room, so that we can use it straight away with students. So in the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, we can see the sessions here. The course room is at the top, so that's immediately available to you and your students. To set it up, you just click on the little session options which appear at the three dots on the right hand side, and then we just simply say edit settings, and the edit settings panel appears. So if we scroll down this menu, you can leave guest access on. That's to provide guest links for external participants. The session settings are the things that we want to concentrate on here. So the default attendee role, you want to be participant. You can change the role of individual students when they're in the room to presenter or moderator as you wish. So you need to set all the default attendees to come in as participant, and then you can choose whether you want to upgrade anybody to a presenter role or even to a moderator. Recording, allow the recording downloads so that you can actually record the session and students can download it if they want to. I wouldn't bother anonymizing chat messages, and in terms of moderator permissions, it's fine to have profiles for the students as well as yourself, so I would leave that blank. Participants, simply allow them to share their audio, they can share their video, they can post chat messages, but I would prevent them by default just being able to draw on the whiteboard and files. In terms of private chat, it's probably a good idea to allow them only to chat privately to moderators in the first instance. And again, we can save those settings there, and the settings for the room, the course room, are then saved and ready to go. So now we get to joining the course room in Blackboard Collaborate. So we need to go into the room in order to have a look around and see what's there, and enter the room that we're going to use as the online teaching space. So to enter a course room, the default one at the top, you can just simply click on it and then choose Join Course Room that appears at the side here. And the course room will now load in a new tab in your browser. Just takes a minute to come up, and it gives you the name of the course and who's joining, so myself. As soon as I'm into the room, what I want to do is just make sure that my audio and my video settings are turned on. Those are down the bottom here, so share audio and share video. That allows me to turn on my microphone and turn on my camera. In order to make sure they're set up correctly though, just head straight over at the bottom right hand side to the little Open Collaborate panel, the purple button at the bottom, and that slides out a panel. Click on the cogwheel, My Settings, and then you can just go to set up your camera and microphone, which is the first option that comes up under Audio and Video Settings. And you just make sure your microphone's working. So my microphone here. If you've got multiple microphones on your device, make sure you're selecting the right one. And as you can see by the little signal there, my signal is good, and it says I sound great. So yes, that's working. And then it will go straight to the video test next. So there's my webcam, and you see I can immediately adjust it. And if I've got multiple webcams, I could pick a different one if I needed to, but I've only got the one here, so yes, that's working fine. So that's the audio and the video set up. Little tooltip tells me to highlight this when I close. So to share my audio, I just click on the share audio, and this turns green, and it's then fobbing away as I'm talking to indicate sound is being shared to the group. To activate my webcam, then I just use that one again to share. It gives me a little preview first of all, just to make sure I'm still selected on the right camera and I'm ready. And again, then share video, and that will come up down the bottom here, and it will be shared in the center when students come into the room. So presenting a PowerPoint presentation in the course room is fairly straightforward, and we can just take a look at how we do that next, because that's the last thing that I'm going to cover, is just how to get a presentation straight up, ready for the students to access. So back in Blackboard Collaborate here, back in the room, and to share a presentation, again it's in the Collaborate panel that's down on the bottom on this purple little tab. And again, I roll that out. It's this one here, Share Content, which has a little folder type icon or arrow. Click on that, and it shows you all the things that you can share. So we just want to share a file, so it's PowerPoint file, and then you can add files. You can either click and drag and drop, but it's probably easier just to click on the plus symbol and go Add Files, and you'll get a little pop-up comes up in order to select your file. So I can pick a PowerPoint file. Let's find one here. So I've got PowerPoints and PDFs, but there's my PowerPoint file there for my secure systems, different module, but we can select that one and open it. So it's just a normal PowerPoint file that's opening. It will take a moment to convert, so it does have to convert it to the Collaborate format and layout. So there is a little bit of time it takes to do that. Normally it's fairly fast, but I would recommend as soon as you get into the room that you're going to use, ideally get there a little bit before the students start to come in, and load these up. So add these files in advance so that they are ready to go straight away as soon as you need them, rather than trying to open them with live students sort of pressing. But they don't take too long to come up. There it is. It's loaded now. So to share it to the students, this is just uploaded now for use, and we just can simply click on it. It highlights, and down the bottom you've got a Share Now button, and as soon as you click on Share Now, it starts the slideshow. We can see the slides, and you can start on a particular slide if you want to start sort of halfway through your presentation rather than at the beginning. You can just choose the slide you want to start on and click on it, and it will then share it out to the students. And then below that sharing slide, you will see arrows that appear so that you can move through your presentation using the arrows at the bottom backwards and forwards. And you'll see also it says the number of the slide you're on. So this is 7 of 76 here, and I can move through. The students see this name and they see the numbers, but without the arrows to be able to move backwards and forwards, of course. So that's wholly yours. And that's it. So we've been able to come into the room, get it set up. We've joined it, we've been able to see where our camera and audio settings are, been able to get those sharing, and we've been able to open up and load a presentation and share that to the students so that when they come in, they will see it straight away and they'll be able to hear you and potentially see you as well, which is just all I wanted to do with this video, just quick and fast sort of settings in order to get you going with Collaborate. Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoy using Blackboard Collaborate. It's quite a good tool, and this was only a quick video. I will be doing some longer ones again just to try and elaborate on some of the functions, but this was just simply if you just want to get going and get students on seeing a presentation and seeing you and hearing you, then that's all you need to do to get going. The very quickest of quick starts that I could think of.